When we left off with the party, Galen discovered that you had already left and left a note. And so this is the adventure of Grun leaving early in the morning to face an avatar alone. So obviously you wrote that note. Was there anything else that you were doing to prepare for your engagement this morning?
Yeah, so like I said, I left the letter that Galen read. I left the lift. I left all of those items. So any item that's not like in my inventory, obviously aside from the magical level, I left in the room as well, in case. So that was all left. So the only other things of kind of value that I did keep with me were my reliquary and the amulet that I have. So the two amulets that I have, the amulet of Kalamvor, and then that amulet that I have as a memento of my mother.
Okay.
Those are both actually being worn out. Normally they're kind of worn inside where they're kind of safe, and then pulled out, the holy symbol when necessary. But today I have them out on display, and I do have the reliquary and everything else.
Sounds good. In the early morning hours before the dawn, you step out, and it is just a gentle rainfall, fairly dim light as you set out and you make your way to the grove of the storm, where the avatar said that he would meet you. And so you find yourself at the crossroads there that you can see on the map, and the grove is just to the southeast.
I will head towards trees and just kind of walk underneath the trees. It's a grove. So yeah, I'm just going to wander amongst the trees.
As you walk forward, a bird flies down from a tree that you passed and turns into an elven druid who you recognize from your previous travels, Philorana.
Oh, that's the leader of the druid grove that we passed through, correct?
That's correct.
Philorana.
And so she lands beside you. Philorana turns into an elven druid before you. And she looks at you curiously and says, "You are the half-orc who fled my grove, are you not?"
Correct. It is good to see that you have survived and seem uninjured. Have you managed to, as I believe you set out to do, find more of your brethren and gather them?
It was difficult. I did find more druids, and we have, where we can, rallied the animals and the jungle itself against the undead to slow their progress and defeat them where we can. However, for every undead we slay, it seems that more animals join them as undead. So it is a losing battle in the end, I believe. But many have fled great distances and are spreading the word that the undead are marching through the jungle so that we may find some solace somewhere. I have met with several druids who have made their way here to Velshonie, and I know animals have been making their way to the city as well. However, I have little hope at this point that we will be able to stop the Lich and his armies from taking the city once they come. But speaking of which, I am pleased to see that you escaped. And she looks around the grove curiously and says, "But are you the only one who managed to make it through Cielosita?"
No, we all managed to make our way here to Velshonie. However, two of our companions have left of their own volition and have abandoned this task. The other two and I remained, Galen and Skippy, and we have found two new companions here within the city to aid us in this quest, and who have provided perhaps new information and new aid that might come in this struggle. They are Faywin and Lignick. They are two gnomes of Steamton.
I have never traveled to Steamton and don't know it well, but if people are fleeing from far away to get to Velshonie, it does not bode well for the rest of the world.
No, the undead plague will continue to spread unless we can find a way to stop Lucian. If lucky, we have discovered that book is an artifact to assist in bringing about Glothor, Lucian's master, and if there is some way to perhaps destroy it or send it beyond his reach, we can at least prevent the rise of his mass greater threats.
I see. And this book, what difficulties are there in destroying it?
It is an artifact of great power. When I spoke to my god, he did not know of a means with which to destroy it. It would require a great force, one that we do not know yet. Perhaps, as the tales say, the breath of an elder dragon, or some such, as far as I could guess.
I see. Well, destroying powerful magical items is beyond my knowledge. However, perhaps the elders of this grove could assist you in such a thing.
So just out of curiosity, just for that insight, Grun wasn't lying. So if I was saying something incorrect, that was because I was remembering incorrectly.
It was more because you kind of skirted around the my god issue.
Yeah, okay. Yes, fair. So of which grove, sorry?
The Grove of the Storm in which you stand. The elder druids here may know of ways to destroy artifacts.
That would indeed, if they could provide such information, that would be of a huge assistance to my companions. However, I am currently here on a task. I do not know that I will be able to delay. The other party is rather insistent upon our meeting.
Very well. I shall leave you to it then and speak to the Archdruid myself. And if they are able to help, perhaps after you are done with your task, we can speak.
Indeed, I would hope that that would be the case. Philerana, may I make a request?
You may. I cannot guarantee an answer.
Of course, I would not merely listen to the request. There is the chance that I shall not return from meeting, and as such, I would ask you to seek out Galen and Skippy at the Unicorn Inn with this information you've brought to me. It might be the more prudent option.
That would not be a problem. A simple task. I am here in Velshonie only briefly to rest, but I will find them early this morning before I head out once more.
Thank you. I hope that the gods that be do go with you. You and your kin and everyone else can find means to end this threat, as I hope to do it as well.
And I hope the storm watches over you. It is auspicious that it is raining this morning. Perhaps that is a sign of good luck for you.
I shall hope so. I shall believe so.
Farewell. I shall hopefully speak again with you soon. And she turns into a bird again and flies up to the trees to sleep.
Okay, Grun's probably going to stand there for a minute.
As you move forward, you hear a voice inside your head speaking in perfect Orcish. It says, "I see you have come, and alone at that."
Indeed, I did say that I would. However, I would prefer to speak in the common tongue. I have not ever really had a place in my Orcish heritage.
The voice switches to common and says, "Very well. It matters not to me. I speak all languages. You are strange. I do not understand.
Well, thank you.
Stay where you are. Walk no further."
My apologies. This grove is beautiful and did feel compelled to wander. I shall remain where I am.
"And yet you follow a god who would have it destroyed, and all who live in it turned into undead fiends.
And I would show him the error of that.
You are a fool if you think you can change the mind of a god."
I may be a fool, but I'm a fool who will hold on to hope. I'm a fool who will hold on to the desire to do better, to improve the world around me for those who walk it. And if that includes the gods, then I am a fool who will hope that maybe, perhaps, the words and actions of a single mortal could be, if nothing else, a pebble in a pond.
I have a different idea, and it involves sending your god a direct message.
And you feel that that would change things, aggravating him? You think that will cause him to free the gods that he and Shiro would hold imprisoned?
I think it will slow him down if I defeat his followers at every turn.
Slow him. I seek to stop him of his own will and volition. I seek to show him that by working with the other gods, yours, mine, Kelemvor, the god of my true heart, I follow Dowreth in hopes to show him that what he is doing is not the means by which to defeat Murgafi. Slowing him down does only that, as by your own words, slow him down. So why would you refuse to gamble, take that chance of turning these events around?
Can you make a persuasion roll, please?
Yes. Can I make a persuasion roll? That's a fantastic
I mean, you can try.
I would love to. Oh, no. Oh, that's a 1.
Yeah, it sure is.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that your pleas fall on deaf ears. He says, "You clearly do not understand with whom you speak. I am not a follower of Corellon. I am his arms, his legs, his eyes. I am Corellon. And I was there when Dowreth fell. I was there and watched the great dragon smother and crush him. I was there when Shiro and Morden shackled them to the mountain. I wanted to see them gone forever, and you are proof that they escaped, and I cannot tolerate such a thing."
And I cannot change a mind that has already closed to any other option. As such, I would challenge you, and may the might make right.
Challenge accepted.
However, may I make a request to grant to you as well. Should you slay me here, please allow my body to be returned to my companion, to be buried.
Make another persuasion roll.
Please.
I will not be swayed by the likes of you. Initiative. So, if you look at the right-hand side, there's a bunch of icons along the top. There's a fist.
Okay, yeah. Wow, roll initiative. There it is. Hey, get off my dice.
Further ahead of where you'd been heading, you see Corellare step from behind a tree, raise his bow, and fire at you. An arrow streaked with electricity flies out of the darkness and slams into you, because I assume a 22 hits your armor class.
Oh yeah, I just got a breastplate. Nothing. I didn't buy it.
Yeah. So you take 22 points of piercing damage, piercing and lightning damage, and he fires again. But a 10 misses. So another blitz of lightning flies past and into the darkness. But you did see where the arrow came from.
So if I cast an action spell, I can't cast a bonus action spell, right? But if I cast an action cantrip, I can cast a bonus action spell?
That's correct.
Okay. That always confuses the heck out of me. Having just gotten blasted with that, I guess in that case, I'm going to cast protection from energy, lightning.
So that gives you resistance to lightning damage, right?
Correct. Would this put me kind of like behind a tree trunk being here? Like, would that be like next to the tree trunk?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't draw in tree trunks in this map.
Yeah, no. I'm just kind of thinking like just for scale, like if that would be the tree trunk. Can I see Corellon there? Or Corellare? Nope. Okay. That's awesome.
There, I added a trunk.
Yeah, no, that's so cool though. It's just like, yeah, okay. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, trunk. Yes, that's so cool. All right. So no, then I'm going to sit there for the moment and take a rest. So I've used my action and my movement. And can I? All right. Here's a question for you. I have a bonus action cantrip. Can my reaction be to cast Spare the Dying on myself if I hit 0 points?
I don't know how that would work.
I know, right? I was like, rules as written says yes.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
With my dying gasp, I go, spare me, and I spared. I'm just stuck at 0. I'm just become stable, but that wouldn't mean anything. It just means I wouldn't outright die right away. No, that's not actually. I was skipping through to see if any of them were bonus actions, and when I saw that made me laugh. Okay, so that will be my turn.
I just realized I forgot something. When each person says that they're done, you're supposed to hit next turn on combat, and then hype tracks come up for each person that has one.
It's going to be so cool.
Yeah. It's his turn. As you stand behind this tree trunk, you can give me a perception check.
Sure, I could.
Okay, you don't hear anything as you're standing there except the patter of rain on the broad leaves of the trees when an arrow flies in at you from the west and blasts into the tree in front of you, doing no harm. But the next arrow, you turn with surprise as the arrow impacts the tree, and you see the next arrow come slamming in at your chest. And this time you take 19 piercing damage and 2 lightning because it's cut in half.
And Grun is dead because I had 19 left.
Okay. The arrow catches you in the chest and you fall to the ground, and you just hear chuckling as Corellare steps up to you. And as he walks up to you, you're still barely holding on to consciousness, pain racking your body. And he says, "One less follower of Dowreth." And he draws back another arrow and points it at you, and you fall unconscious.
Thus ends Grun. Round 2 against the Avatar of a God.
Yep, not too shabby.
Not too shabby, yeah. He was following Dowreth, hoping to show him a better way and free Kelemvor to go back to Kelemvor. That was like the whole, like, yeah. Grun was very lost after that and just wanted back Father Sean and all that. Like, that really got him.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's been interesting to see how the different religious characters have been handling the loss of the gods.
You know what? I honestly thought Grun was going to handle it better. I really did. And then Dowreth started talking to him more and more. I'm like, no, he's not handling this well. This is not going to be the, no, I will just continue on as a cleric until Kelemvor is returned. No, you're going to find a very slippery slope, aren't you, Grun?
You certainly did try, though.
I did try. I really wanted him to, but no, you know what? It was a lot of fun. And now I'll just have to put some consideration in to who else?